Don't screw with this area at all. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Paint Society. What's up, guys? Hey, we're gonna have to visit this guy later. We got a Lexus, a pearl white Lexus to paint. Gonna take you through the steps, so let's get right to it now. Okay, so what we have here is we have our panel, and the repair is right in this area where the primer is. And then all this right here is the intact clear coat. Now with this particular video, guys, if you're a professional and you know how to do this, maybe it's not the best video for you, but this is a true do-it-yourselfer newbie video for spraying pearl. So I'm gonna get a little bit basic with it, but I want you guys to understand it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Brian, Paint Society. This is a channel where you learn, and I get back to every single one of those comments. So let's learn about spraying some pearls. Now, getting back to what I was talking about, this is white primer all in this area. This right here is sanded, scuffed up lightly with 800 and 1000, okay? So this area matches my door. Now, you always want to make sure you have the best color match in order to blend. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna use this clear coat, clear base. Now, a lot of you guys have asked about it. All this is a clear base coat. That's all it is. And the reason why I like using this is because it's gonna give the panel a little bit of a sheen. And that same sheen is the same sheen of the base coat, which is gonna give me a good idea of how my base coat's blending out. So all I'm gonna do is go over the whole panel very lightly. First, I'm gonna give it a tack, okay? So I'm gonna try to keep my color down, although we do have a couple areas that it needs color here, you know? So our color will come to about here, and then our base around here. You always wanna allow at least 12 inches, at the very least, 12 to 18 inches for a blend. And that will determine if you can keep it within the panel or if you're gonna have to go out of the panel. So right here, all I'm gonna do is put a light medium wet coat on. Now, just like that. Now, I'm not using this as a wet bed. I want to just use it to look at the panel and see what the paint's doing. We don't really need it as a wet bed. It's not a metallic, and pearl kind of lands smooth anyways. And then we have the bumper that we need to do it to as well. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use the base coat. Now, this is solid base coat, okay? And we're going to blend this base coat right around this area. And when we blend this base coat, we don't want to take it too far, because if we take this base coat and we blend it here, then we're not going to have room for our pearl. So we want base to end right here-ish, and pearl to end right in this area, and we want no paint in this area at all because we want it to match the door. Okay, so I'm going to take this very medium light coats using the DV1. This sprays at low pressure. We're going to spray this right around 15 psi. Okay, and what I'm going to do is make sure I stop right around here. The second coat will be a little bit further. Now, it's very important as I'm doing this, I'm not full triggering it. Look at, when you hold it a little bit, air comes out. When you do a little bit more, just a little bit, but not all of it. I'm lightly triggering it, just letting out enough paint to cover over my primer area. That's it right now. So this is gonna dry just a little bit lighter, and you can tell it's got absolutely no pearl. It's actually really, really, really white. So once we put that pearl on after, it's gonna start to get that nice effect. Okay, so you might notice it's light outside, yeah. I was painting this last night and my pressure kept going down and down. I'm like, what's going on? Well, the compressor took a little poo-poo early in the day and then hose busted again. So we're back here during the day. We're gonna start getting base on this, and then we'll go back to the fender, put another coat of base on there, and that should be good for the fender. Okay, so that first coat, it flashed off into this area. So this right here is the color, like I said, it's only white. There's no pearl in it. And right in this area is where the transition is. I'm gonna take my second and last coat, since it covers phenomenal, and I'm going to take it to about this area and fan it out very lightly. Remember, I'm using that slow reducer, because I want to make sure that my edges are nice and smooth. So if you use a fast or medium reducer, you might think, oh, I need to get it done quicker, my coats are going to flash faster, it's going to be better, yada yada yada. No, it's not. It's going to slow you down because you're going to get dry spray. Especially here in Florida, it's very humid, so you got to know your temperature and you got to work with it. So let's do the second coat, bring it right around here. So hopefully you saw the way I was spraying that. I'm trying to keep it away from this area, so I'm kind of spraying like this. Not like this, because I don't want my overspray to go this way. And this paint is good enough, and it's only white, solid white, so I don't have to worry too much about blending, because it blends out pretty well here. So here, just coming back and forth. Now, in an ideal situation, an ideal world, we go ahead and paint the hood and paint the rest of the bumper, but we have to paint it just the way we're told. And that's that. So we do our very best to get a perfect color match, and I think we're going to be just fine. So let's get that pearl mixed up, and let's show you the pearl right now. So right there in the booth, you saw we got the base on the fender, we got the base on the bumper. Now, something you did not know is I put that first coat of base on last night, and I'm like, this looks just a little bit too yellow. I knew right away. And even though my spray out card looked really good, when I actually got it on the panel, I was seeing something else. So that was that original paint right here that I had mixed up last night. So, you know, I came in this morning after the outage of the air hose, which is probably a good thing because I could recollect myself. And I took that same formula and I mixed up half of the yellow toner. I called up one of our techs, and you know, he recommended something to do. It made perfect sense. I tried it out, and that's why that color looks really, really good on that second coat. So that is the base color. Now it comes to the pearl. Now on my videos, and especially this video, I got to recognize my audience, and my audience might be a little more do-it-yourselfer, and that is the whole meaning behind this video. So I want to make sure I'm engaging you guys. I read your comments. I look to see who's posting, what kind of work we're working on. That's why we're going a little bit basic with this video. So this is the pearl. Remember, a pearl coat is translucent, If you want to see a different pearl video, a yellow pearl, which is a little bit different, check out the link above. You'll see the S2000 that we just did, the wing. That's a yellow pearl. Now this is a white pearl, and this is an effect coat. So every single coat you put on is going to get a little bit darker and darker. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the same exact gun, the DV1, which makes for a great base gun. I did download the DV1 clear coat gun. I probably should have given it a little bit more time before ruling it out. I want to try to get that gun back and see what it's all about, because I think I just kind of let it go too quick. But anyway, so we're going to do the pearl, and I'm going to show you in the booth how far we're going to take these pearl coats. Probably going to do 2.5. Okay, so we got that pearl in the gun. Now you remember in the beginning of the video how we put clear base all here? Now you can see how the sheen of the base coat has dried to a similar sheen as the clear base. And this kind of shows me how my blend's looking. Now, when I put this on, I have to kind of look at where my tape is, all right? I have to look and see my tape. Right here, this is where my blend ends, so my pearl cannot end right here. It needs to obviously step out at least 4 to 5 inches. So it's a little close, all right? But I'm going to try to keep it within this area so I can keep it away from the door, because you're always going to see a difference in color match between the door and the fender, not so much a hood, okay? So we're going to keep it here, spraying that same technique. We're going to do 1 coat and then the bumper, and then we're going to come back and 1 coat and then a half coat after that. And that's it. Nothing more. Thin, wet coats. Do not go crazy. It's pearl, it's an effect. It's not meant to cover. Let's go over to the bumper. As I'm spraying this, I'm trying to keep my pattern as even as possible. And when spraying a pearl, you want to make sure that I don't come here so much and do this area and then do this area. I want to try to come over the whole entire thing and make sure I'm as even as possible with about a 75% overlap, okay? So that's what we're gonna do now, and then we'll hop back over to the fender. Okay, so we're at the second coat for a pearl, and I'm gonna take it around here, and then I'm gonna do an effect coat, drop coat orientation. It's all the same thing. Not changing the pressure, just changing the distance, and I should end around here. Remember, when you have a cross draft, use it to your advantage, because you want that overspray going towards the front, because I don't want overspray being dragged over my blend area. That's an important suggestion that you need to keep in mind if you are in fact spraying in a cross draft. Use it to your advantage. So let's get some paint on here around 14 psi. This gun is very low pressure, as I mentioned. Just watch the passes, keeping our angle away from the edge of this side of the fender. And that's all there is to it, guys. Just let it be. It looks good, it's fine. The more you do, the more you step your paint out, and you run out of this precious real estate. Okay, this is the most important thing to you right now. Color from the fender that matches the door still. Don't screw with this area at all. The bumper, same thing, second coat. Okay, so we're ready for clear coat, and this is exactly how our base should look. Completely smooth, okay? And it has a good, nice pearl coat on it. Here is the fender. Now, the color we put on here, it's not the same exact color. I mean, it's not that we didn't mean to, it's just that you'll never be able to duplicate 100% like the factory. So that is why we always want to blend the color out. So if you get a good color match, you're going to be fine, okay? But don't drive yourself crazy, okay, by not blending. Blend always, okay? So when I clear, I'm going to start from the top down, and I'm going to bring it all the way down, and over here it's going to be the same exact thing. All right, so for the clear coat, it's no different, same exact clear coat. Now we're ready to treat it like any other job. 2 coats of clear, and for the clear we're going to use our slow, because I love slow. Well, this is actually a fast and this is a slow. It just lays out better and just sprays nice, sprays really, really nice. So when we get this on the car, I'll show you a little bit about that. Okay, so in an effort to kind of make sure I'm recording properly, I got my phone right here and it's showing me exactly what I'm doing. So hopefully you won't be looking at the ground anymore or looking towards the sky. So let's get some clear on here. Okay, so there you guys have it. We got clear on the fender. It looks absolutely beautiful, and the bumper. Now we're gonna end things off a little bit different with this video. We're gonna let this dry, and in the ending of this video, you're gonna see a quick reassembly, and then we're gonna show you what it looks like when it's all together. Keep in mind, it's gonna be still missing a black trim that we need to go ahead and replace, but you'll get the idea. I really hope you learned something with this video. We're going to keep Paint Society alive by keeping the communication through the comments going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend. I got some bumper stickers coming your guys' way soon. I'll show those to you. Check out Paint Society, Paint.society on Instagram for all the latest coming to you before it hits YouTube. Guys, it's been great. Hope the noobs learned something. Maybe the professionals can teach me something I did wrong. We'll see you guys on the next one.